All right, good evening, everyone. We are live. We'll fix my computer because it's in the wrong spot. And we are here today to talk about health and wellness. We're going to talk about something that I think a lot of females are going to be able to relate to, and maybe some men as well. We're going to talk about how whole food nutrition has helped me and my special guest here when it comes to getting ready for a surgery, during the surgery, post recovery, and then life after the surgery. You know, for many of us, when we have a surgery, we only seem to think about what is it going to be like the day of the surgery and the recovery, but we don't think about what our life is going to be like, several weeks later, several months later, especially when you have a really altering type of surgery. So we're going to tell our stories, we're going to talk about the products, and we're just going to have a casual conversation that we hope that you can relate to. And we're going to ask for you that if you are watching this, we want you to go ahead and post where you live, and any questions, comments, or anything, just drop them into the chat and we'll try to answer them. But first, I'm going to go ahead and introduce my guest, and I'm going to let her tell about who she is. Miss Nicole Blunt. She is out of South Carolina, right? We're in South Carolina.
Oh, no, no, Orlando, Florida.
Okay, she had the SC, so I thought that meant South Kakalaki. Um, she's in Orlando, Florida, and I'm gonna let her introduce herself real quick.
Good evening, everyone. Like Tisha said, my name is Nicole Blunt. I'm out of Orlando, Florida. And thank you, Tisha, for having me on your platform to discuss our journey. Um, this is this topic is about pre and post operative care and recovery from surgeries, elective or maybe not elective surgeries. But my background is I am a clinical research nurse. I've been in nursing for almost 20 years now, and clinical research for about 18. So, yeah. These products that we are talking about that helped us along our journey uh, is very dear to me because all of the products have been clinically researched. So that was right up my alley. It made me really jump on board to see, if the research they conducted was really accurate. And yeah, in my opinion, these products are amazing. I have seen the power that they can do, and it's because it just starts from it's whole foods in a capsule. So these products are fresh. They come from fresh soil. It starts in the soil. So that's the most important key aspect of why these products are so amazing. But back to the surgery aspect of it, I had elective abdominoplasty surgery. And I knew that it was so important to prepare my body to recover well. Before the surgery, I was already using my products daily, twice a day, just because I needed to bridge that gap in what I eat and what I should be eating, right? Whole foods, whole foods. No, I'm a nurse. I'm busy. I'm always on the go. So I don't have a lot of time to prepare fruits and veggies and stuff like that. So I needed something that I could take without thinking about it. Just pop it in my mouth or a shake or water and just keep on going. So I was already consuming the products and just having great results from them. So I knew that preparing my body for my surgery was key.
Yeah, so let's talk about like what we were doing. Like for me, I've had since 2020, I've had three surgeries, and I'm possibly prepping for another surgery later on this year. And prior to our surgeries, I can basically say, like for her, she was already on the products. I had actually just started the products when I got my knee surgery. And I'm former military, and let's just say the Army was not nice to my joints and my knees. And I was at the point where I kind of walked into my doctor's office, and they was just like, "Oh, you need surgery." And I was like, "Gee, thanks," because I was walking in so horribly. But prior to even all of that, my blood work was horrible. That was one of the reasons why I actually was thinking about getting started with these products, because they were recommended to me about a friend, and she knew my situation because come on now, as we get older, ladies, we don't like to eat sometimes. Sometimes the idea of cooking a meal is just like, ugh. You know what I mean? So you want something that's quick, easy, and fast. So, I was always into the whole idea of having some kind of protein shakes in the house. But I started doing the whole food products, and I started with the fruits, the fruits, the veggies, and the omegas. What did you start with, Nicole?
I started with the berries and omegas.
Okay. I got the omegas later when I was told that they help with bloating, and went right to my computer, saying, "Okay, let's go ahead and get that ordered." And it does. It does. So for me, leading up to my first surgery, it was knee surgery. So that has to deal with the joints and stuff. And as you can agree, being in the medical field, those omegas are amazing.
They are amazing for brain health, for brain fog.
I think
Yeah.
she made. Yeah, you froze for a second. I lost
Oh,
you for a second.
the omegas are the game changer. Yes, yes, they are. They're great for brain health, brain fog, that your joints, your bones.
And they're great for healing. People don't realize that as much as we talk about it for our joints and stuff, we had a pre-conversation getting ready for this, and we both discovered that by adding those omegas, it helped us through the process of healing. Here's the key thing, guys, guess what? They're plant-based. So you don't have to stop taking omega oil if you was on the fishy oils. That's what I call them, the fishy oils. You don't have to stop taking them. And when I explained that to my doctors, okay, did you have to bring in your bottles like I did? For every surgery, I had to bring my bottles in.
I didn't. I just told them about it.
Yeah, I had to bring my bottles in because trying to explain it to them, it was just like, what? So I just came in, had my little bag and said, here. Matter of fact, here's some samples. And I had to break it down. Once they read it, they was like, okay. I appreciate the medical team because they wanted to make sure that I wasn't doing something that was going to make the surgery worse. So I do appreciate that. So leading up to your surgeries, what were you doing to prepare your body besides Juice Plus? What else were you doing?
I was going to the gym. I wanted to exercise. I wanted to just be strong, for what I was about to put my body through, the trauma I was about to put my body through. So yeah, I wanted to work out. I wanted to change my eating habits because that's key too. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you're trying to be healthy and get your body right. It is 80% nutrition, 20%, exercise. So that is key. I had to learn how to train myself to eat the right foods and stay away from the junk food.
Yeah, I agree. Junk food is nice. I mean, it's bad, but it's nice. Prior to my surgeries, I had to kind of do the same. My biggest surgery I had was when I had the gastric bypass, and I had to have it. Mine wasn't really a choice. I have a doctor, a wonderful doctor, and you ever like your doctor tells you something and they weren't really asking you? That's kind of how this surgery came about because I was having, even though my blood work was getting better, and even though my eating was getting better, I still was having a lot of other issues. I was borderline with sleep apnea. I was having, my blood pressure was acting weird. I was not sleeping right still. Even though I was sleeping much, much better than prior to taking the Juice Plus, I still had, some insomnia, but my brain always moving. My knees were getting worse just because I had the surgery and I was able to walk. I still had a lot of extra weight on me. And I had exhausted everything else. And my doctor was very nervous. So she said, just go through the process. And I said, fine, I'll make you happy. And I went through the process. And I'm very glad that I did it.
Mhm.
But the hardest part was changing the diet. But we can both agree that by having the Juice Plus products in our system, it made it easier to change the way we eat. Would you
Mhm.
agree?
I agree. I agree. The cravings go away. Yeah, you're not really craving bad food, but I mean, every now and then, yeah, you do want it still.
I mean, we're human.
Yeah, but not you don't go crazy over it.
Yeah. I started craving salads. Now, I used to go through bits of like wanting salad, but then I really started like craving like a big bowl of salad with some protein in it. And I was like really happy,
Mm-hmm.
And then it did help that I was growing lettuce in my house. So that helped a lot
Mm-hmm.
with my tower garden. Right. So Let's talk about, like, I'm gonna talk about my bypass more because I was more of the biggest change with my surgeries. Um, Leading up to your surgeries, right? We both changed the way that we ate. We were doing a little bit more movements because even before my gastric, I didn't have to lose excess weight, but I was still walking and moving and trying to do what I can because I did end up losing 10 pounds before the surgery, which was cool.
Yeah.
So leading up, it's surgery day. How was you feeling?
Nervous. Nervous, scared, like, oh my goodness, because I'm electing to do this. Am I crazy? I'm electing to be put under and put my body through this trauma. So I was nervous, but I was confident that I was going to have an amazing recovery. I was confident because I knew what I was putting in my body. I knew what I was consuming to help me be able to recover well. So even though I was scared, I was still confident in my products.
Yeah, my day of my big surgery, I was nervous because it was still a little bit of COVID. You know what I mean? Still a little bit of COVID situation. But I was confident too because I was taking all my meds. I was tripling and doubling up on the omegas and the berries because I didn't want to bloat and the swelling. I was like tripling all of that up, and going into the surgery, it was cool. You know what I mean? It wasn't like nerve-wracking because I think that I was mentally prepared. You know what I mean? And I was ready. I just wanted to get over to the other side. That's
Mm-hmm.
kind of what it was. And then when you came out, like, I don't know what you remember, but when you came out of the surgery, how did you, like, because if you've had other surgeries before, can you tell us about the difference between coming out this time versus pre-doing Juice Plus?
Um, hmm. I remember because I had a hysterectomy prior to this surgery a few years ago. So I remember, oh, and I had three C-sections. So yeah, I remember it being very painful. I remember the pain, and I think my healing it took way longer than this time, having been on the products. So yeah,
Yeah,
it was
I
different.
have had a surgery before where they cut in the same area, and I remember the pain and the feeling like things was gonna stretch. Like back in the day, my brain was like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna split wide open, and no one's gonna find me" type mentality because it was just like so much pain and pulling. And when I came out, I was like, "Can I go to the bathroom?" That was all I cared about. And they put my pajamas on. I didn't take any pain pills. I was in the hospital for 3 days. I took pain pills when I woke up, and I never took any pain pills the entire time I was in the hospital because I wasn't in pain.
Right.
I don't know about you, but I wasn't in pain. I was uncomfortable, but they were shocked. When I left, they was very shocked. They made me still go get pain medication, and they made me pick it up. They was like, just in case. I was like, dude, I'm driving home right now. Like after 3 days, I literally drove myself home from a gastric bypass surgery. I
Yeah.
had my mom with me. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't by myself, but I drove.
Mhm.
On the side for a couple of bumps. I was good.
Now, I wasn't in a lot of pain, but I did pay extra for a nerve blocker in my incision, so just saying.
Okay, well, I may have had that too. Well, what they told me was when they cut me, they cut my nerves, so I probably won't have any feeling. So, but I mean, I didn't have a lot of pain. I just had a little bit of pain.
I think it froze.
There we go.
Okay.
One of the things, yeah, it was my signal kind of fell a little bit. One of the things they always tell you when you do any kind of abdominal work is you got to walk. The more
Yep.
you walk, the better it is. I did a lot of walking. I don't know about you,
I did
but
too.
I was like a track star up in there.
Mhm. I had to walk because I'm gonna I'm gonna prevent those blood clots. I have my compression stockings on, and yeah, this experience was not, I mean, it really was a piece of cake, and I feel bad saying it, but it for me it really was. I mean, there's so many horror stories of other ladies out there that go get these abdominoplasties, and I mean, they're horror stories. Like
Mm-hmm.
in the blood clots, the having to go back, being rushed back to the hospital, having their incisions split open, like everything. And I didn't experience any of that. And I'm
Mm-mm.
very, very thankful and grateful for these products because, I mean, for me, I know that was the reason why.
Yeah, I believe that was the reason why for me too, because like I said, I've had other surgeries, I've had knee surgery. At this point, I've had knee surgery in both of my knees. I had a previous abdominal surgery. I even had a wisdom teeth pulled, you know. And when I finished, it was just like, oh yeah, once I did have surgery. Like it you had it because you're in the hospital, but your body is just like, just relax, just chill. It was just uncomfortable getting up and going to the bathroom, but that's what you would expect. I think for me, and this is gonna probably blow people's minds, but for me, when I got my gastric, and even when I got my hysterectomy, it really just felt like period cramps. That's really what it felt like to me. Nothing like crazy, but just like, oh, here they go again, you know? So look, we've had our surgeries because I had a hysterectomy too while I was on the product. And leading up to it, I truly believe that because I take about eight omegas a day because I have joint problems. I have problems now. We're finding out that could be in my spinal cord, knee issues, arthritis, whatever. So I said, well, you said inflammation issues. Let me just eat as many of these I can. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But I truly believe because I was taking such large doses of the omegas and then doubling my berries and my fruits that I did not realize that my uterus was growing so big.
Mm-hmm.
And guys, I'm not afraid to talk about it because there's a lot of women who have suffered from this, and this was from fibroids. They weren't bothering me. If
Yeah.
it wasn't for the fact that I had gotten an ultrasound for something else, I never would have known that my uterus was 15 centimeters large and leaning to the left. My uterus had to lean and rock with it. No clue. And my doctor was like, "You don't feel this?" I was like, "Am I supposed to?"
Yeah.
I wasn't really bloated that I could tell. So it was just amazing that I think that because of these products, the inflammation that we as women mostly would deal with, we don't deal with as much. Taking all these products, you definitely get a cleanse, especially if you do the Shred 10, and we'll do another live about the Shred 10.
Yeah.
But if you're doing the cleanse and you're taking your stuff and you're eating better, your body does better. You know? I said, don't get gas from everywhere because not everybody's gas is good for your car. I still think
Right.
some of them gas be cheap. I don't know what it is to be watered down. So we're home now, everybody. So me and Nicole, we're home from our surgeries. We're relaxing. Let's talk about our recoveries. How did your recovery go?
So I actually was in a recovery house, was there for a week, and that helped a ton because I had people waiting on me hand and foot, preparing my meals, preparing my shakes. I know were we going to talk about shakes tonight
Oh yeah,
or
we're gonna talk about shakes too.
yeah, so protein. So any after you work out, what do you need? You need protein for that muscle repair. After surgery, what do you need? You need protein to help your muscles recover, right? So I had my protein shakes and I had, my nurse dumping all my Juice Plus capsules in my shake. And she was like, "Oh my goodness, like I have other stuff for you to eat." I'm like, "No, no, 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 no. I need this. And this is part of my recovery." So I need my shake. I need my protein shake. I need my Juice Plus. And I have my 2 shakes a day still in the recovery house and able to walk around. I went live a couple of times, showing people that, I'm mobile, I'm walking, I'm eating. I, I don't know. I could be an anomaly. I don't know, but
No, you're not. See, I was home. My home was my recovery house because both times my mom flew down to take care of me and my sister came down too. So I had them fixing all my meals for me and stuff. And then they were making my shakes for me. They was giving me my meds because after the bariatric and the hysterectomy, I still had to take some antibiotics just to be on the safe side for stuff. but they was making my shakes for me. And after the bariatric, you don't have much of an appetite that first week or two. You know, it's a struggle just to get your liquids down. So, and because I have to, like you said, I had to have a high level of protein, we went overboard. So I was doing Premier Protein shakes, but we were taking the calories and I was putting them in the Premier Protein and I was shaking them up. And that's how I would get it. And I think what got me out of my bed was because my mom did this on purpose. Every time she came down, she would make something slightly wrong to make me get out the bed to come into the kitchen and make it right, just to get me up and moving. See, my mom is in the medical field too, so she knew what she was doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I did have my meals prepared for me with the bariatric surgery. I did have like my yogurts and my puddings and all my stuff in the house. So it was just a matter of once she saw that I was up and moving, you know, she would just have me come in the kitchen to prepare whatever I wanted to eat. And she would just kind of help me and make sure I would sit down because I'm the one that wants to keep going. And then she's just like, sit down. And I'm like, no. And she's like, yes. I'm like, okay. You know, because I want to keep moving. But I don't really remember, like, after that, maybe the first, okay, I'm not going to lie. The first day after the surgery, I did sleep. I don't know about you, but I slept. It was such a great, because after being in the hospital for 3 days and they come and check your blood pressure like every 15 minutes, I didn't get no good sleep. When I got home, I slept so wonderful. But then after that, I got up. I got up after that. But, you know, I was doing things like taking showers with no help.
Yeah.
Like I didn't need anybody to help me take a shower in any of the instances. Now, my mom, don't get me wrong, my mom was there. She didn't leave me, but she would sit outside the bathroom just in case. You know, we got a stool and everything, but I didn't feel like I had major surgery either time. I was just uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot of soreness, I did, my nurse did she washed my feet. I remember her washing my feet and my back, but I was able to take a shower. That's the main thing. Most people, they don't get out of bed. They cannot even take a shower for like 3 days after. And I took a shower immediately the next day. My incision was almost completely healed. Like I had no drainage. Like, in the incision, I had a drain. I had one drain, but I had no drainage coming from my incision. So
That's beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah. I took, when I was in the hospital, I took a shower the next morning. They was like, you could take a shower. I said, great, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
I was so ready to take that shower. But when I was home, the recovery time was good. So like with my bariatric surgery, you know, I had to go get a checkup, I think a week later. Like after I got out, it was another 7 days and I had to go in, and it was like a Friday. I remember this, it was a Friday. We walked in and the whole medical team was just looking at me and I'm looking at them. It was like, they looked at me and I looked at them. I looked at my mom and I'm like, is there something on me? Like, what happened? Like, did I forget something? I'm dressed, right? I had lost 10 pounds from my surgery.
Wow.
My face had thinned out already. My body had thinned down. And it was just shocked because I was recovering and losing weight extremely fast. So when I did my surgery, you know how you said your incisions, they healed really well. Within that, say 7-8 time frame, like all of my incisions basically were closed and done, except for that one, that's the huge one that they pull your stomach out of. He was like, I can't even find your incisions because they had shrunk so much. Now, don't get me wrong, people. I was putting some omega oil on it too. Don't get it twisted. I was putting a little dabs, the best I can, over them because, you know, I was
Wait.
trying to.
So did you put the omega oils on top of the bandage? Because that's what I did.
Well, I had the little plastic, the liquid. I had the liquid bandage.
Okay. So you put
So I
it
had
on.
the liquid bandage. So once we got home and we was able to take the stuff off, when I got home, I was able to take all the excess bandage and stuff off, except for like at the bottom. What I was doing was I was taking a little bit of the omegas and I was just putting it around the incision. So even though the liquid bandage was still on it, it was starting to naturally peel. And I would naturally, that was like my moisturizer was right there. I was putting it on. I was like, I hope this works. And it did, because my scar tissue is really small. I had to point 3 of them out to him because he couldn't really find them, because he expected them to be huge, scabby. He was really, really shocked. And when he weighed me, he was like, wow, you've lost a lot of weight already. And you know, when they say stuff like that to you, like, is that good or bad? Like,
Right.
you know, because Because you hear so many horror stories of people who go get bariatric surgery and things go wrong. And I know
Mhm.
for you, when you was going through yours and you went back to your doctor, what was their response when you went back for your first checkup?
Um, Actually, this surgery was done in Atlanta, so the first checkup, yeah, he saw that I was healing well. He said that I was putting a little bit too much omega oil on my because my tape wasn't taping no more. So, but that was fine. That was fine. Yeah. So I was gonna say when I went to my GYN appointment for my yearly, that was the first time of her seeing my incision, and when she did the pelvic exam, even she was like, you have no scar, you have minimal scarring, and I'm just like, for real? And I'm like, so yeah, I'm telling you, these products.
Yeah. And it's just going to get even better for you, because because with the abdominoplasty, you do have a lot of swelling naturally. And
Hmm.
as that swelling naturally goes down and you're continuing to eat healthy with a little snackage here and there, you know, it's going to be lovely. You're going to
Yes,
get snatched real quick just because of whole food nutrition,
yes, yeah.
and with,
Me helping the during I mean helping during the recovery period and after. I can't live without it. I feel crazy leaving the house and I'm be like, oh my gosh, I didn't take my Juice Plus. I take it everywhere I go. It's on the plane, it's on the ships, it's everywhere.
yeah, I have it at my job. I have a little case with some extras, and then I have a little display case. They've already started calling me the Juice Plus lady.
Mm-hmm.
So with my bariatric, they told me that I was going to lose 50. They said I would get to like 155 ish in a year. And I said, okay, cool. They're like, are you going to be upset if you don't hit it? I said, no. So 6 months checkup, I was 150.
Wow.
I lost all the weight that they thought I was not going to lose
And more.
faster and more time. And now my surgery was in 2021. Yeah, 2021, and I'm at like one. I stay between 145 and 150. I stay between there. I've gone down from a 14-16 to a 6'8", and I've
Wow.
been able to maintain it.
Wow.
It's very hard for people who get this surgery. I watch the girls; they go through their dumping, which I don't have dumping. I just get a headache, and when I get a headache, my body I'll eat it again. Like I was telling her the other day, I can eat a Twinkie and be okay, but if I eat a ding dong, I'm gonna have a migraine, and it's so weird. But I don't
Mm,
have all the painful dumping. I don't have those weird cravings. I honestly can eat like I used to with some modifications, and I don't feel that I made an impact like some people. And I'm sure you've seen this before being in the medical field. Some people who go through this process, it's like I can only eat lettuce and lean meat, and I can barely eat my vegetables. I eat like I normally. So if I want to go and get a burger and fries, I'm gonna get a burger and fries. Do I eat all the burgers and fries? No. I
right.
eat like 1/4 of the burger and some of the fries, and then I push everything away. But one thing I want to talk about from a nurse aspect, you love this, my nutritional panel, because I have to get it done now once a year, and I hate it because it's 18 vials of blood y'all steal from me. But my nutritional panel is top notch. I am actually getting way more of all of the vitamins, the minerals, the irons, and everything else that you're supposed to be getting. I'm getting way more than a normal person, let alone someone who's gone through bariatric surgery. Because once we go through it, we absorb all that stuff very, very differently. And I'm
Yeah.
getting as much as a regular person and more.
That's very different because yeah, people with any type of gastric surgery have absorption issues. So that's amazing.
Yeah, I definitely don't have absorption issues with that. So, we've given you some of our stories, some of our backgrounds. Let's really dive into what whole food nutrition is, because I'm sure everybody's like, what do they mean whole food nutrition? Like, what is that? So we're gonna dive into it. So I'm gonna go first and tell you what whole food nutrition is, and then she's gonna break down some of the products. Whole food nutrition basically means the whole food. So, unlike a vitamin or a supplement where you're only getting a portion of it, like you can get vitamin D, but do you know vitamin D needs to be paired with something else for your body to absorb it? So, you got to be very careful when you do vitamins and you do supplement. Our products are plant based, they are vegan, they are safe from womb to tomb. And when we get the product, they take the fruits, the vegetables, the berries from farms, and within 4 to 5 hours, it is picked in the plant and processed. We take everything, the seeds, the skin, the stem, we take everything and we process it. And then for our berries, because I know one of the things people always say is, well, the berries are full of sugar. There's no sugar in the berries. Don't know how they do it, but it's safe for diabetics. It is safe for people with allergies because I have a lot of fruit allergies, which is why I started doing the fruits, because most fruits I can't eat. I'll get sick off of. But I can eat all the fruits in the fruit capsule, and I'm allergic to some of them. No problems. None at all. Even in the veggies, there's certain ones in the veggies and the berries, I have a little reaction if I was to eat it regularly. No reactions if I do that. So whole food nutrition basically means that you're getting all the nutrients, all the minerals, all the stuff your body needs to be able to absorb all the things you need in these lovely capsules. So I'm gonna let Nicole pick a product and tell you about it.
Let's see. It's one of my favorite products. I'm gonna have to say the berries. I don't know. I love my berries and I love my omegas. I can't do without them. Um, the veggies are amazing. The veggies are amazing for people who really don't consume any vegetables.
Yeah.
So, and that's hard for a lot of people because who's really making greens and you know turnips and beets and stuff on a daily basis? No one. Well, I don't think anyone.
Not
So
to the level that we need to.
level that we need it, right? Not those 30 servings of fruits and veggies and um so I'm thankful for the veggies. However, with all those greens, I don't consume it that much because they do make me gassy. That's what leafy vegetables do. That's what it is. But it's there. But my favorites would be the berries and my omegas for that, the berries for your immune health, for your beautiful long hair and your skin. The omegas, like I said, for that joint, that brain health, for inflammation, for all that. Those are my favorite products, and I just can't do without them. The berries, they help your nails. My nails are long and natural and amazing and strong and healthy. So, yeah, those are my favorite products.
Yeah, I am a big fan of the berries, omegas, and the fruit just because the fruit has the fiber. And
Mm-hmm.
fiber is definitely needed in your system to help flush and the bloating and stuff like that. One of the things I liked with the berries and the omegas was after my surgeries, you know, the bariatric surgery, one of the side effects is hair loss. I didn't really have any.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, that's one of the side effects that can happen is loss of hair because you're not getting enough nutrients and minerals and vitamins and everything you need. But my beautician was, because she knew what I was going through. She said, your hair did really well. She said, we only had a couple of issues, but compared to what I've seen, your hair did really well. My hair grew, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And I will admit, my hair is like really thick under this, like really thick, like scary thick. But yeah, I agree with all of that. And the products are safe for everybody. You know what I mean? When people look at the price, they're like, oh my God, it's so expensive. But it's like, think about the bills you paid to go to the doctor. Think
Mm-hmm.
about those get thin quick, as I call them, schemes that are out there. Yes, guys, if you want to juice, you can juice. But you would have to get fresh organic, and then you would have to juice everything. You'd have to have the pulp because the pulp is where all the nutrients are. And then to get this amount of servings, in case you missed it, to get the amount of servings that we get with just 2 capsules a day, you would probably have to spend at least $100 a day just to be able to juice that much in order to get the same level of nutrients and everything you need to feel and look great. And then you got to clean it up.
Right.
That's the
It's too messy. It's too messy.
It's like, I can't, not every day. Like, don't get me wrong, I make some juices here and there, but not every day. Then you got to drink it. I'm tired after making it.
Right. Right. There's
Yeah.
nothing more convenient than just popping those capsules in some water. Tisha, I'm so happy you told me that trick because I have my water. I've been shaking up my water. Got some remnants in the bottom. But yeah, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, there's so many different ways that you can do your capsules because they're in tapioca casings, which is great because did you know most of the supplements and the pills out there, even the chewables, are in a pork casing? That's why they're not vegan and vegetarian. They have a pork casing. And that was why I couldn't take any of them because a lot of them made me sick.
Right.
So I did the water test where I took the capsules and I put them in some ice water when I was out with some friends. And I said, just watch the glass as we eat. And as we ate, it broke down and everything started shimmering down in the glass. It was like, oh my God, what is that? And I said, well, it's Juice Plus. Because you know I have my capsules with me. But you could put them in their shakes. I like to throw everything in my protein shake
Yes.
and just blend it and go. If I'm too busy for a shake or if I need some extra on the go, I throw it in my water. I like to do it at night too, throw some extra capsules in the water because I go to bed drinking water and I wake up drinking water. You know, it's really good I think, to have like water, lemon water or something like that to wake your system up.
Yep, absolutely.
I enjoy that. You know,
Yeah.
and it comes to shakes, like what's your favorite way to make your shake? Or one of
Um,
your favorite? Sure, there's a bunch.
love, I love the chocolate, honestly. I love the chocolate, and I put frozen. I still put frozen mixed berries in mine, and almond milk, and mixed berries, almond milk. Of course, more omegas and berry, and some fruit capsules. And I know I'm missing some. I'm missing something. Hmm, I think that's it. That's it. That's my go-to shake.
I honestly can't say I have a go-to because I like creativity. I've done eggnog shakes. I've done pumpkin spice shakes. I've done um, a nutmeg, no nutmeg, a cinnamon Mexican coffee shake when
Oh
I
wow!
wanted some energy. I've done where I use like this sugar-free syrups and make the flavors like that. I've done it with tea, where I make tea and had a gingerbread tea and then turned that into a gingerbread shake with some extra nutmeg and cinnamon and cloves and stuff. I've put chai, maca, cacao. Um, what else have I put in it? I put collagen in mine.
And I am slacking.
I
I
add
need
collagen to mine.
I need those recipes.
Oh yeah, I have a whole like list of different ways. Like I have a whole station. When Director Chin is here, she is like, I just want powder, caps, and water. I said, well, look, I got almond milk, I got some coffee creamer because you know if you put a little bit of coffee creamer, that kicks it off too.
Wow.
Sugar-free syrups. If you get all the different sugar-free syrups out there, not only can you use them in your shakes, you can use them to flavor your waters too. And
Wow.
mix up the different sugar-free syrups to flavor your water. I've done coffee where I've brewed the actual coffee, but actually when I was trying out some Mexican coffee, and it was actually really good. Mexican coffee with a splash of the creamer, and I would put some cinnamon in it, some cinnamon emulsion flavoring in it, the powders, the water, blend it up with some ice, and then you freeze it for a second so you can make it slushy. Yeah, that was good.
Okay, note taken.
Oh, and my one recreation I did this week, I made a cold hot chocolate protein shake. So I don't do hot shakes. Don't do hot shakes. So I took my almond milk, all of my caps, my proteins, my collagen, and everything else, and then I put in some hot chocolate mix and a little bit of vanilla and blended it. It was
Mm,
like an iced hot chocolate protein shake.
okay. Well, I
Like
can't
you,
wait to try these new recipes with my protein shakes.
well, we'll see what we discover as we take our wellness on the road because we're going to be going on a cruise soon. And Juice Plus works very well when you travel. I travel with a blender. I'm gonna figure out how I'm gonna do this because I'm gonna try to do this trip with only a carry-on, and they don't like them blades, but I'm gonna figure something out. If I have to check it just to get the blade in, I'm gonna check it. But it's what I love about traveling with Juice Plus and a lot of the cruises I've been on with my Juice Plus, you can actually give your capsules and your powder to the smoothie bars and they'll use them.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Oh, I've tested every ship I've been on. I've tested every fruit bar and I said, here are my capsules, here are my powders. Can you make me a shake with this?
And they have a smoothie bar on this ship. So we definitely need to try that.
Yes, we definitely need to try that and see what they can come up with, because when I travel, I have to keep up with my caps. I have to keep up with my energy because we be having way too much fun.
Yes. It's a must. And it trickles down to my whole family, actually. And my husband, so he cannot, we're always traveling, and he has to be like, I need my Juice Plus. I need my Juice Plus. So, yeah.
Yeah, I've even been at Excellence and they had a smoothie like already made up. And I just got a bigger cup and I got the capsules and I opened the powders and then I just mixed it in a bigger cup. And that was my shake for me. Like that's how I got my berries in. Because I don't always get my protein when I travel just because of the blender aspect, but I always get my powders in.
Oh, Tisha, we forgot to mention the bars.
Oh, the bars. Yes. I like the tart cherry and honey, which is weird because I don't like cherries, but it's amazing.
I'm a chocolate. I love the chocolate bar. It's so filling. And for me, typically, I serve at my church and I'm always doing 2 services. And I don't eat breakfast before I get there. I don't even do a shake before I get there because I'm always running late. But the fact is, I need to eat something for 2 services, and my bar gets me through both services, and it's so filling. It's great. It's a great protein bar, and it lasts. I mean, it keeps you full for at least 4 hours.
Yeah, I like the bars because they're good for on the go. I tried to keep some bars in my car when you get stuck in traffic or when you're hungry and
Yeah.
you don't want to go get no fast food, or
Yes.
you just need something to hold you over to get to the house.
Yeah.
I like them when I'm working, especially at home, because sometimes with the projects that I'm doing, I have to stay focused. I can't take a break just because I have to stay focused. So I would just sit here and snack on that with some water. And it is filling. I've used it. Yeah. Like if you get hangry, these bars will calm you down. They will.
That's
Cause I'm
that's
the queen
that.
hangry.
Yes, that is it. That is it. It's gonna keep you from like Tisha said, going to get a fast food sandwich or something like that. It's gonna stop you. It'll hold you over until you get home, like she said.
Yeah. And there's no nuts in it, which is beautiful.
Right.
There's no tree nuts in it. Cause if there was, I wouldn't be able to eat them. Cause that was my first question. Are there nuts? And if so, why? Because for us, they're like, because it's a nutritional bar. It's not technically a protein bar, it's a nutritional bar, but it fills you up. And I truly believe that when you eat stuff like that and you drink water, I get fuller faster. Even before the surgery, I would get fuller faster. So I literally could eat half a bar and be fine if I'm drinking water with it.
Yeah.
I feel like it just like blows up in my stomach. But yeah, I think we gave everybody a lot of great information.
I think
We
so.
shared some stories, and as you can see, there's way more we could talk about, but we don't want to keep you here forever. So if you want to learn more about it, just reach out to us. I did put at the top of the chat, I did put links in, so you should be able to click the links inside of the chat to be able to get more information from us, contact us and stuff like that. Other than that, do you have any closing comments?
No, I don't. I just thank you guys for tuning in. Like Tisha said, if you want more information, feel free to reach out to us on your elective surgery journey or your
Surgery journey.
Yes,
Yeah, because I've had 3 different types of surgery, and they've worked great for all 3. So yeah, and just let us know in the comments what else you would like for us to talk about. Just comment below when you see this, whether you're watching now or later, comment below. And then make sure that if you're watching this on YouTube, that you like and follow. And if you're watching this on our Facebook pages, make sure that you like and follow our pages as well. And with that, guys, we're going to bid you adieu and talk to you guys later.
Good night.